Hello and welcome to this week's video. Let's see, what time is it? It is 3:28 p.m. Like I've said many a time in these videos, my goal is to make a video and edit it all on the same day. Today, it is Sunday, like it always is, and starting a little later in the day in terms of making the video. I generally start shooting the video at the beginning of my day, but I didn't do that today. I'm doing music production. I started filming just now because I was waiting for a thing to load, so I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll catch up with you in just a second. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. So, I've been talking about the first song off the album. I'm trying to find a good place to set my phone to record the next part. Set it here. I'll do my little talking, and then I'll get done the things that I need to get done. So, I'm talking a lot about this first song off the album. I just, a couple days ago, recorded acoustic guitars for it, and I comped those together. Comping, by the way, is when you record multiple takes. I generally record 4 takes, and then you pick the best sections of each takes, and you sort of Frankenstein it into one take. This is a very common tactic done in the music industry, mainly on vocals, but also pretty much on any type of instrument that you're recording. Comping is a very common thing. So anyways, I recorded these guitars the other day, and late last night, I stayed up getting a certain type of piano sound, basically recreating a sound that I liked of a piano and making it a preset, because I think it would like fit this certain section of a song really well. Because there's piano in the chorus, but it needed to be a really crushed, sort of just almost a broken sound. And so I made that, and it took me until like 2:30 a.m. This morning, I came here, I started playing stuff. It's not really morning anymore, but I just tracked this piano part with that sound that I stayed up late to design, and I went in there and I fixed a couple little mistakes that I made and mixed it in with the rest of the track, and it sounded good now, but I can tell that my ears are tired. And this is a pretty common thing for me when it comes to making music. I will work on something for a while, and the whole time I'll have headphones on, and I have the volume sort of like medium loud. And what happens is your ears get tired and they get worn out, and they stop working the same way, and you can't hear things the same way. And so you can't make decisions the same way. See the problem? But a lot of this, I think, has to do with the fact that I'm doing everything on headphones. This is pretty much the only pair of headphones that I've ever owned. It's what I've used as a reference to listen to all music through. I know these headphones really well. But making music on headphones has a way of fatiguing your ears quicker than if you were to do it on speakers. And also, these specific headphones, although I love them, they have a certain like sound to them. It skews what the original sound of the recording is. So they're not an accurate way of listening to a sound. They are affecting the audio before it gets to my ears. They are changing the way it sounds. That's the best way I can describe it. And so it causes a lot more effort to be had. Anyway, so long story short, I'm getting these studio monitors that I think are really gonna help out my productivity and my ability to just accurately listen to things and be able to work for longer on songs. So I think that'll be good. Because, you know, pretty much everyone in the music industry is using studio monitors, not headphones, to work on ideas. And so later today, I will be on the phone with a music consultant, we'll say. I have a rep who works at Sweetwater, who I actually met through Gerard, introduced us. But his name's Ryan. He's fantastic, super knowledgeable, and yeah, I'm going to have a call with him later today, and I'll get these studio monitors shipped over to the apartment so I can start using them and getting used to it, and I'm quite excited about it, as you can tell from the simple fact that I'm talking about it in a video. Also, side note, I started wearing like shoes while I'm sitting here at my desk making music, because it makes me feel like I'm at a studio rather than just at my desk. I feel like if I wear socks to my desk and while I'm making music, I just feel too much like I'm at home, and my subconscious perceives that as like, oh, we can relax now. We're not getting real work done. So anyways, I have bad working habits, and I'm trying to slowly work through all of them and work out all the kinks and just get better at this and really treat it like a job rather than something which I sort of casually try and, I don't know. I should have good habits when it comes to this. That's where I am. In there is a bunch more guitar pedals, stuff that looks like that. I have more of them in there. Tomorrow, I am going to this guy's house who I talked about in the last video. Remember how I was raving about this guy who replicated Nirvana guitar tones? Well, made contact with him. We've been chatting a lot, and I'm headed over to his house to record some guitar stuff for the first song off the album. So because of that, I'm looking through my pedal box and just thinking about what fun pedals I could bring over, because we're gonna jam out. I'm trying to get this guy out right now, but it's all so tightly packed that I can't quite do it. Come on. I believe in you. Come on, maybe if yeah, figured it out. Now I must decide. Do I take apart this pedal board so that I can fit other pedals on there, or do I just bring those other pedals and maybe swap? Here's why I might take it out. See those little cords right there? Those are power supply cords. And then there's a cord like that one which connects the two pedals together. Yeah. Now I don't really want to take apart this pedal board because it took a while to put together, but just thinking about like what would be most efficient when we go over there, like how best to set this up quickly, because I don't want to spend a bunch of time worrying about gear. Okay, so in order to get like a sound out of pedals, they all need power, and you need to connect each of them together. And it's kind of easier said than done, especially because my power supply is screwed into this particular board. I think I should just take a photo of how I have the board set up, and then I should take it apart and just create like sort of a custom board for experimenting with tone. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I just finished going through my pedals. Here are the results. This is pretty much a collection of all the distortion pedals that I have. That's a chorus pedal, but like these are all just stuff to make a big sort of intense distorted sound. I think we're gonna have fun tomorrow. It's later. Okay, so this is a Pelican case. You can see it in there. This is how I'm going to get my music stuff up to Toronto. I have to open this up and basically organize it. There's a little customizable, it's got a system where you can like add these modular slots. It'll make more sense when I show it, but basically I have to open this up and create these little sections where I can put items. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that now. You know, I thought there would be some type of packaging in that box, like some cushion or something, but no, not at all. Check it out, there are two ways that you can do this. This, you could remove foam and do it that way, but I bought a different system, so I'm actually gonna take the foam out, but up top you have like a place where I can actually put a computer. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna test out and see whether or not my computer actually fits in there. My dad's watching TV in the background. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but anyway. All right, so that looks like it might just work, but it might not, I don't know. Is it doing it? Oh, it does it. Oh, yes. Yeah. Don't tip. All right, that's cool. So we're in my room now. I've actually taped off, I'll show you. I've planned this out before. I taped off like the area of like what the inside of the box would be, and I figured out a while ago like what would fit in there, and I took photos. So I'm gonna reference those photos and just see if I can get this working. Okay, so the first step is to put down this layer of padding, and then to put this thing which goes around the perimeter of the case. That's the other section of it. This is the first section. Once that's in there, it'll allow me to attach other walls running in either direction. So should work out good. All right, so I got the mic going here, then that would go here, and then I would have like two sections going here. This stuff wouldn't be here, and then of course you have this stuff over here, which just barely fits in between this, but I like the lineup of it. The weight being down here, because this is where the rollers are, this is where the wheels are. So if the weight's down here, then the whole thing's gonna be more stable. This is the current way that I think it should go. This won't be here, so this will have a bit more space to breathe. This will have a bit more space to breathe. This is pretty much all my stuff. Got the computer in there. Cable stuff will probably go in there, and that should do it. All right, it's a little messy now, clearly, but yeah. We now have fully outfitted Pelican case. Look at this. We got cords there, you know, guitar cables, mic cables, that sort of thing. I have my 2 mics that I use to record acoustic guitar. Vocal mic goes in there. Vocal filter that goes like in front of the mic, that's that. Audio interface. I have various stands and stuff in there. I got my headphones there. Computer fits there, and then the computer charger would go in there. It's a perfect system. This is gonna be great. I'm very excited. What's also nice about it too is like it gives me a place to put all my gear. When you collect all this gear, it ends up just sort of lying around your room, essentially. Because the boxes it comes in, they're like big and bulky. It's a lot of packaging. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for that to be the way that you store it. So it just ends up lying around your room. And you can't throw it in a duffel bag because it's expensive, delicate equipment that if it's moving around a bunch, it's not like tightly packed and padded. It has a probability of breaking, which wouldn't be good, obviously. So something like this is actually really useful for travel and just general storage of like keeping my gear in a place. But you know, all of this stuff pretty much is stuff that I tend to have out and be using, but I like it. It's like a travel-sized recording setup. So I know like if I go on the road for touring and stuff like that, I can bring this with me and get stuff recorded. Of course, you have to bring other stuff like a guitar and probably a keyboard, but this has a lot of function as just a carrying case for equipment, so I like it.
Just keep the same space.
Yeah.
Day ever. I remember this moment. I remember buying it, you know.
I bring it up is went to Masters of Sex, very hidden.
Yeah, I know.
That thing.
Go against that and I like rooms for Jewish girls. It's ability of getting to
While they were reading something up to you, maybe you could, you know, disguise it in some way.
was yes. It's the right lane to turn right on.
Is I think kind of important to your story, which
Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Foggy it is here.
Keep left.
It's beautiful. It's so like misty. Check this out. Where's a good place to set this? We'll do that. So I have a bit of explaining to do because it's later in the day than when I started filming. Remember in the last video how I was talking about this guy who achieved this amazing guitar tone? Well, his name's Aaron. We met up, super rad dude, super knowledgeable about guitar tone, and he's got some incredible gear here, and it's just sounding so cool. We've just been jamming out and having the best time. And we're working on the first song off the album, which it feels weird every time I say that, because it's like, I know the name of the song, and if it's visible on screen, I'll have to blur it out, but I think it's so pixelated that you won't be able to tell what the name is. But anyway, we're working on the song, and we got this awesome gear. I can hear him coming now. Aaron, I'm recording a little something for the vlog.
What's up, everybody?
What up?
What's up? We're making some sick hot tunes.
Indeed. I'm trying to catch them up on like what we've been up to. We tracked rhythms.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move on to some extra rhythms, which we're using this. Oh, fucking shot. So I brought like a bunch of pedals and stuff, but what ends up making the difference is like a combo of these two pedals, because this isn't an endorsement or anything, but I don't know if you're gonna sell these at some point, but
Yeah.
this is an incredible tone. We did like rhythm tracks with the DS1 to sort of just get it really aggressive left and right, but these two are gonna be up the center, just giving us even more aggression. Anyways, we spent like an hour getting the right tone, but
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I don't know what to say. This is how I make YouTube videos, but I just sort of wing it and talk to the camera.
Oh yeah,
And
me
then
too.
I'll edit it together. Into
People see how much time, like, in between each take.
Yeah.
Of talking to the camera, it'll be like 5 whole minutes, and I just edit
Same
it.
here.
Like, I'm good at talking.
What's your like average? When I did like sit at the desk stuff, it was like half an hour for me.
I would
Not
say
that much?
sometimes even more. Yeah.
Well, he does a lot of like awesome. He does these gear videos where he like recreates the tones of things, and I don't. You're probably better at describing it, but
Yeah. So
They're very
I
technical.
create tones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like listen to a song and you hear that guitar sound on there, and then you want to find out how to remake this sound. I guess.
anyway,
Terminology.
but they're awesome, and again, I don't know what to say. I'm not good at making videos, but bye.
Bye.